Hello, legacy leaders. Hello, hello. Okay, so I am going to go through a few things with y'all today. Excuse me. If you're watching the replay, give me some type of feedback so I know you're here. Hello guys. Say hi as you come in. Depending on how this goes, we'll see. There's just so much to share, and keep in mind that everything that I talk about in this video is in this group, either in our leaders drive, which is pinned to the top, or in the file section. If you're newer to leadership, you're going to probably learn a lot from this. Even if you're not new to leadership, some of them may be good reminders for you. But with our join special this month, we have so many new teammates. Okay, so we are about to hit 100, excuse me, 100 new teammates for our group. So that's a lot of new people, okay, with a lot of potential, okay? And so as their leader, it's, you know, part of being a leader is helping those people be successful to their full potential of where they want to be. So where to start, right? Where do you start with that? Where do you start with, helping someone reach their full potential? First things first, you're a leader. You're not their boss. You're there to help them. You're not there to do it for them. Their success is not your responsibility. Their success is their responsibility. So you can give them the tools. You can guide them. You can lead them in the way to be successful, but it's going to be up to them to do it. And that's something that's super important to remember regardless of your title in leadership, okay? You cannot internalize and you cannot hold the weight of someone else's success on you, okay? Now, in Legacy Leaders, we do teach that there are things that as a leader you should be doing once you open that door to leadership. Once you answer the questions to even get in this group, you are taking a different route in this business. It's not about you anymore, right? You're a leader. It's about your team. So those are a few things to remember through all of this. These are things that you don't necessarily have to start tomorrow. This is something that's 4 years in the making that I do to onboard my teammates. But once I started doing them, my business is easy right now, right? So I work more than a couple hours. So I work, depending on the day, let's just say for the week, I probably work about 20 hours a week. So I work part-time hours for more than full-time income. Let's just put that out there. And that is because I have the systems in place. I have found what works for me to be successful, and I continue and stay consistent in those things, okay? So what I'm doing today is not what you're going to be doing if you just became a leader this month, last month, or even 3 months ago. So keep all that in mind. So when you get a new teammate, you're super excited, right? Like even myself, every time I get a new teammate, it's so exciting. It's like a new, it's like a refresh almost to your own business, because depending on that person, they could be a rock star that's ready to rock it and could change your whole business because of what they want to do. They could light a fire under you. And depending on what type of person it is, it could go the other way. Okay. That's part of leadership. There's going to be ups and downs. But the first thing that I personally do when I sponsor someone is I add them to the team page. I know that's like a duh thing, but you would be surprised how many people don't add their new teammates to the team page. The second thing that I do is I send them an email. And in that email, I welcome them. I thank them for choosing me as their sponsor. And I send this email usually it's within a few hours of them joining. So usually same day. Actually, it's always within a few hours, because that's something that's super important. I want to get in their hands right away. Okay. So when they become a consultant, they get an email from Cincy. When you get the email from Cincy that says, here's how to log into your workstation. Welcome, la da da. Okay. But I also send them my own email with my own new consultant launch for them to follow, okay? I am very simple in what I do, hence the name Simply Grace and Grit. If there's a lot of words, I don't read it. My email is super short and sweet. I can even read it to you. It's so short. Maybe if I can find it. But to my new teammates, it just says, hey lady, first and foremost, I want to say congratulations on your new business. I'm honored you chose me to be your sponsor. Please know I'm here to help you in any way to get your business where you want it. Click here for your new consultant launch. Go through this and reach out to me with any questions along the way. And once you complete the checklist, our team group on Facebook is here. Join to be kept in the loop. Join to be kept in the loop with our team. I'm so excited for you. Like I said, super short and sweet. Welcome. I'm excited. Here's your new consultant launch. Okay, so here are the tools that I talked about that they get on top of what Scentsy already provides them. Okay, so first let's talk about what Scentsy provides them. If you search in this group, let me see what came up when I searched. I think first things first. If you search first things first in this group, in Legacy Leaders, it will come up October 21st, 2021. I shared, here's what the first things first checklist looks like if you haven't seen it in a while. I haven't seen it in a long time, right? So this is a good reminder that every single consultant, when they log into their workstation, they have a first things first checklist. They cannot receive any awards until they finish this first things first checklist. And on here, it has tons of information. Okay, so y'all have to keep in mind that as leaders, Scentsy is also, we're independent consultants, right? Scentsy provides what we need to be successful. So first things first is the first step one on first things first is watch the new consultant orientation video. Then it shows you a tour of the workstation. Like I said, you can go through and see these screenshots. Step two is to connect with your sponsor, which you should already do as their sponsor. You should have already reached out to them. Schedule your launch event is one of the first things that you have to take action to do on your first things first checklist. Announce your business. Some of these are repeats on my new consultant launch, but you would be surprised. Some people don't read, right? Submit your first order. It shows you how to put in an order. It shows you how we get paid. It teaches you how we get paid. And then it talks about setting up goals. Okay. It also says that it tells you how far you are to certified and what that means. So literally it's a step-by-step on what they need to do. Okay, so on my new consultant launch, the first couple things, the first thing on it is to announce on social media you're a consultant. Some people don't like to do that. That's super important that people know that you're a Scentsy consultant. If you just start sharing Scentsy products, people are going to be confused. They're going to wonder what's going on. So I always say, hey, make sure you just announce that you're a consultant now and they can, my phone's dying, that they can come to you for their Scentsy needs, and go ahead and share your link to your launch party, which is the third thing on this list. The second is make sure you're in the Simply Grace and Grit group. They need to be in the team page. And then the third is schedule your launch party. A lot of times people don't want to schedule their launch party until they have their kit. That's something that I make sure I talk to them one-on-one and say, hey, you need to make sure, or I don't even tell them to do it. I say, hey, when is your launch party scheduled? Okay, so this is something that I want to make sure I talk about. Regardless of if someone is getting paid on their purchases, they're wanting to do this for a real business, whatever reason they have started to be a consultant, they need to do a launch party. It's a non-negotiable with me, okay? As their sponsor, even if they're just getting paid off their purchases, even if they're just getting paid back from what they are buying, and they don't want to necessarily have parties and do those kind of things, that's totally fine. I'm going to do their launch party for them, okay? I offer that first things first. I offer it right off the bat. Do you need help with your launch party? If they're hesitant, I say, okay, let me set that up. I set up their group. I schedule out the post. But what I also do is I sit, after also adding them to my mock party, after adding them to my mock party, I also start sending them in order the posts that they need to post, okay? This is up for conversation if you want to do it or not. This is how I do it. This is how 3 of my 4 people that I sponsored this month hit Shooting Star and are about to be certified, okay? Why? Because as a new consultant, think back to when you joined. How hard was it, right? What am I supposed to be posting? How often am I supposed to be posting it? When am I going to do it? Whose party am I doing? How do I set up a group? If they've never done direct sales, this is a lot. And though we know it like the back of our hand, they're new to this. And it is your responsibility to guide them in what they need, okay? So I start sending them posts. I'll post, they'll post, and they'll do a launch party. This is their way of announcing to their family and friends that they're a consultant, right? So they're going to set up their launch party. They're going to do the link. I have a pre-made video on YouTube where I show them how to set up a party. Okay, that can also be found in the workstation. Okay, it may be a little bit harder to find than mine, so I just go ahead and send that to them. I have a welcome video that just says, welcome to the team. I want them to see my face. I want to start connecting with them just like I am when I do videos with y'all. And then I go ahead and tell them that their first goal is going to be 500 in their first, set of days, right? So we always talk about shooting star, what that means on this new consultant launch, and in their first things first checklist, it talks about this. Okay? So we are going to talk about how that's your first goal, and that if they get to do that, then they have the option to get the kit, the shooting star kit. I'm literally walking them through this, okay? So kit's on the way, and our main focus is their launch party. We're starting that ASAP. I usually like to start it the day after they join because time is of the essence with shooting star, right? We all know that. And you're, again, setting them up for success. If they say, oh, I'm going to wait for my kit to come in, you just need to remind them, hey, shooting star is a time-sensitive award. If for you to earn that, it needs to be done within a certain amount of time, so let's get started ASAP. You don't need your kit to do an online party. I said what I said, okay? You don't technically need testers for an online party. They're not going to be sniffing those through the computer, okay? So we set up that party. We talk about shooting star, and I'm following up with them. I'm watching their numbers daily to see how close they are to that shooting star. After the shooting star date passed, that's when we're going to start talking about then we're going to start talking about certified consultant and how that's not a timely thing, but it is important to become certified ASAP because more commission, more money, right? Again, even if they are doing this for to get paid off their purchases, the launch party and becoming certified is in their best interest because they love the products, because we already know that because they're buying. So we're going to get them bomb host rewards from doing their launch party, and they're going to go ahead and get the most money back that they can without hitting that next tier, which is 2K, to get paid back on their purchases, right? So we're going to talk about certified. We're going to talk about sensational start. The first things first checklist is on my checklist. Why? Because they need to know that you will receive an email when you enroll with instructions on how to complete this. They need to complete that first things first checklist. And there's a few other things that are on there that you can look at yourself, but it talks about guide to growth, frontline focus form that I do for my frontline, 3 legs of success, which are super important, and all of this is going to set them up in the long run to have a successful business, okay? So it's really hitting those goals: shooting star, certified, sensational start. After sensational start, it's going to depend on the person, but they are set. They should know how to work their workstation. They should know how to set up a party link. They should know how to check their news tab. They should know when they get paid. They should know all of these things. Now, on the flip side of this, which is their new consultant launch, they can print this off and check it off, write their questions down to follow up with me about. I have this, which I think I just call it new Teamie checklist is what it's saved as. This is my checklist for my people. So then I have something that says, okay, within their first shooting star time frame, I want to send them their welcome email, add to my frontline sheet. That's the system that I use for my frontline that has their information, when they join, what their rank is, a little bit about them, all that kind of stuff. And then I have a list of things that I go through with them, okay? Make sure that they schedule their launch party. Confirm that their frontline focus form is complete. Confirm they have announced on social media. So it really is just a backup to their launch, okay? So it's kind of like my new consultant launch for them. So this is something that I keep. This is a brand new one because I just filled up my last one. Now, one of the things that I have on this list is the 4th thing down, mail welcome packet. So this is something that I do as an extra for my frontline. I have sponsored 16 people within this last annual mentor time frame. So when you look at my welcome packet, you may say, oh, wow, that's a lot. But then if you think, oh, well, she only has sent out 17 of those. I mean, that is a lot of people. I'm not trying to downplay that. But in the long run, it's not that much stuff. So I send them a few things. And I have a list of my welcome packet, what I send everyone, the same thing. First things first is my Welcome to Simply Grace and Grit card. Okay? This is even more information for them that they are going to have to read. It says, welcome, I'm your superstar director, Here are a few things to get your business off to a successful start. Again, it's a repeat of some of the things that are on my new consultant launch, but people need to see it more than once. I also have these Simply Grace and Grit stickers made that I send to all of my new frontline. I give them a laminated compensation plan so they can keep that at their desk. I do a date card where it has all of their information, all of the important dates. So I put on here when they joined, and then each of these hearts is a checklist. Excuse me. So once they've done their first things first checklist, check. Open kit live, check. Launch party, check. List of 100, check. 15th day for shooting star, check. I'm going to put their 15th day date and then their 70th day date for sensational start. And again, it's going to have the check marks for what level they're going to be at. This is for them to use. I also do some type of sample. Right now I have a set of the month sample. I usually don't have any of these left over, so I'll just pick a random sample from my catalog stash. I give them some fun things too. This little hairband that I have a few different ones of these. This one just says, when you support my small business, you support a dream. A fun keychain that I had made. And then I always do either a laundry or a body sample. Again, these are for my customers. I have my samples made in bulk. But when someone joins my team, you never know if they've ever used the laundry. They need to use the product. So I will send them at least 2 samples. If I have some of the LTO samples on hand, I'll throw some of those in too. I put it in a cute little cellophane bag with confetti, of course. And it's just fun to get them, again, excited for their new business. Okay, if you search welcome packet in our group, that will come up. This welcome packet has been the same for 2 years. Okay, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Okay, so that's pretty much it. The systems that I use for every single person, and that is where the consistency comes in. Like I said, I had 4 new people this month, and that's a lot of people to onboard, especially 2 of them were on the same day. So it's a little time consuming to onboard people. But as a leader, that's my job to make sure that they have the information that they need. Now, when they're messaging me, asking questions like, when do we get paid? You know, I'm going to show them where to go for that. I had my new Teamie ask me that today, and until I refresh myself with this first things first checklist, I forgot that it was in there. Okay, but if they have questions about what are the new oils right now, that can be found in your catalog. Showing them where they can go to find the answers they need, and not just giving them the answers. Same thing with leadership. When we have a new leader come in, we have a new leadership launch, and that sets them up to be successful in leadership and be an independent consultant at the same time. So I would say the biggest thing about bringing on a new teammate is giving them the tools to be successful and not doing it for them. Helping them get off in the right direction with their launch party, and it's going to depend on the person. Some of my people don't want any help. Some people want me to do it all for them. I don't ever do a party all for someone. I will set it up. I will schedule out posts, but I'm going to make sure that they know what kind of things they should be sharing in the party, and I'm going to tell them, hey, all of the I literally copy and paste from my mock party and send it to them. And I will send them that morning. I will send them all the posts they need to do that day. I'll show them how to schedule it out, because in the long run, when they're doing parties, they're going to know how to do those things. If I do it all for them and then they have someone book a party from their launch party, they're not going to know what to do. They're not going to know what to share. They can use what I use in their launch party, but they're not going to necessarily know how or when, and they're not going to know that they can schedule it out. Okay? So Yes, you are welcome. Again, all of this has been shared in the past. I just know that we have a lot of new leaders, and bringing on new teammates is hard. There's nothing easy about this. So let's just put that out there. And it's stressful, but like I said at the beginning, their success is not your responsibility. It is your responsibility to give them the tools to be successful. They have to put the work in. And you can't want it more than them. Trust me from experience. You cannot want it more than them, because you're just going to drive yourself cuckoo. If y'all have any questions, let me know. And I hope you have a great Tuesday. Bye, guys.